The wedding venue held 80 people. I'd counted the RSVPs twice. But 4 chairs in the third row, left side, stayed empty. Reserved. Name cards perfectly placed. Bennett family. Mom. Dad. My sister Claire. Her fiancé Derek. They didn't come. I stood at the altar watching Sarah walk down the aisle, stunning, her father crying, her mother beaming, and my eyes kept drifting to those 4 empty seats. The ceremony was beautiful. Everyone said so. Sarah's vows made people cry. Mine were short. I promised to show up, I said, looking at Sarah. Every single time. No matter what. She squeezed my hands. She knew what that meant. The reception was perfect. String lights. Good food. Dancing. People congratulated us. Told us we were perfect together. And I smiled. Pretended the 4 empty chairs at table 3 weren't sitting there like an open wound. Around 9 p.m., I stepped outside for air. Jake, my best man, found me. You good? They didn't even call. I know. Didn't text. Didn't send a card. Just, nothing. Jake leaned against the railing. Your family sucks. That made me laugh. Yeah. They do. You know what the worst part is? I said. I'm not even surprised. 2 weeks before the wedding, I'd called my mom to confirm. Of course, honey. We wouldn't miss it. You sure? I need to finalize catering. We'll be there. All 4 of us. They weren't. The morning of the wedding, I texted the family group chat. Today's the day. Ceremony starts at 4. Read receipts showed they'd all seen it. No responses. By 3:45 p.m., adjusting my tie, I knew they weren't coming. The day after the wedding, on our abbreviated honeymoon, I got a text from Claire. Sorry we missed it. Something came up with Derek's family. Emergency. Hope it was beautiful. Congrats. 2 hearts. Something came up. Not, I'm so sorry. Not, we feel terrible. Just, something came up. With a heart emoji. I didn't respond. 3 days later, back home unpacking wedding gifts, Sarah found me staring at my phone. Claire texted. I showed her. That's it. That's her apology? That's it. What do you want to do? I thought about it. Really thought. Nothing, I said finally. I don't want to do anything. That night I opened Instagram. Scrolled through our wedding photos. Then I opened Claire's profile. Posted 6 hours after my ceremony started. A photo carousel. Claire on a yacht. Massive luxury yacht. White. Gleaming. Derek got down on one knee. Ring box open. Mom and Dad are in the background. Champagne glasses raised. Huge smiles. The caption. He asked. Best day ever on the most incredible yacht surprise. Thank you to the best family. Hashtag engaged, hashtag yacht life, hashtag best day ever. 12 photos. Professional photographer. Sunset. Designer dress. Catered food. Ice sculpture. They'd rented a yacht. On my wedding day. The first photo was posted at 4:37 p.m. My ceremony started at 4 o'clock. They'd been popping champagne while I was getting married. Sarah found me still staring at my phone. What's wrong? I handed it to her. She scrolled. Her face went pale. Then red. They were on a yacht. Yeah. On your wedding day. Yep. She started pacing. I'm calling them. Don't. Ethan, they need to. They need nothing. Because I'm done. I opened the family group chat. Typed one message. Saw Claire's engagement photos. The yacht looks nice. Hope it was worth missing my wedding for. Don't contact me again. Hit send. Then I left the group chat. Deleted Mom's number. Dad's. Claire's. Derek's. Blocked them all on social media. Not out of anger. Out of clarity. Sarah watched? You sure? Completely. My phone started buzzing within minutes. Unknown numbers. I sent them all to voicemail. Ethan, it's Mom. Please call me back. This is ridiculous. Call your mother. Dad? You're being dramatic. Claire. I blocked each one. What now? Sarah asked. Now we live our life. Without them. That week, we returned to work. Sarah to her nursing job. Me to my junior creative position at a small marketing firm. I'd always wanted to build something of my own. Had notebooks full of branding concepts, campaign strategies, logos for imaginary companies. But I'd been too scared. Too worried about stability. Too concerned with what my family would think. Now? Nothing to lose. That Friday, I stayed late. Opened my laptop. Started a new folder. Bennett Creative. I spent the weekend building a website. Portfolio of spec work. Clean design. Honest copy. Showed Sarah on Monday morning. This is good. When are you launching? Today. Hell yes. I posted it on LinkedIn. Small announcement. Excited to announce Bennett Creative. Available for branding and creative consulting. 3 hours later, first inquiry. A small business owner needed a rebrand. What's your rate? I'd done the math. $5,000 for a complete brand identity package. She responded within an hour. When can we start? That night, cheap wine and expensive takeout. First client, Sarah said. First client. For the first time in weeks, I wasn't thinking about my family. The next 3 months were a blur. Kept my day job. Worked on Bennett Creative every evening and weekend. Delivered the rebrand. Client thrilled. Referred to others. By month 4, 6 clients. Almost matching my salary. By month 6, I quit my job. You sure? Sarah asked. No. But I'm doing it anyway. I took every project. Built a reputation for being reliable and creative. By month 9, I had more work than I could handle. Hired my first employee. Then another. Rented a small office. Year 1 ended with 23 clients. Revenue matches my old salary. And a waiting list. My phone stayed quiet. No calls from family. No texts. They'd moved on. So had I. Sarah and I moved into a bigger apartment. She got promoted. We adopted a cat named Pixel. Life was good. Simple. Ours. One Saturday morning, almost a year after the wedding, Sarah asked, Do you miss them? I miss the idea of them. But the real them? No. I don't miss people who'd choose a yacht over my wedding. That afternoon, an email arrived. Subject. Major campaign opportunity. A regional retail chain. 12 locations. Complete rebrand. Billboard campaign. Budget, $85,000. I pitched them the following week. They said yes. 3 months later, the campaign launched. 8 billboards across the city. Bold design. Clean messaging. Bottom right corner, small but visible. Creative by Bennett Creative. My name. My company. 40 feet tall. I drove past the first one on launch day. Pulled over. Stared up at it. Sarah was right. My family was going to see this eventually. And for the first time in almost 2 years, I wondered what they'd think. Then I started my car and drove away. Because it didn't matter. I'd built this without them. And that was enough. The billboard campaign ran for 3 months. 8 locations across the metro area. Impossible to miss if you drove anywhere in the city. I didn't think about my family seeing them. Didn't obsess over it. Just worked. Bennett Creative was growing faster than I'd planned. The billboard client referred us to 3 more companies. Those 3 referred others. Suddenly, we had a wait list stretching into the next quarter. I hired employee number 3. Then 4. Moved into a bigger office space, actual conference room, kitchen area, exposed brick walls that made us look more established than we were. Sarah would visit during her lunch breaks sometimes. Bring sandwiches. I sat in my office while I worked. You seem happy, she said one afternoon. I am. Different than a year ago. I thought about the wedding. The empty chairs. How hollow that day had felt despite being surrounded by people. Yeah. Very different. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. Happened occasionally, potential clients who'd gotten my number somehow. I almost answered. Then remembered my policy. If it's important, they'll leave a voicemail. They did. I played it on the speaker. Sarah was still there. Ethan, it's your mother. I know you blocked us, but I got this number from, it doesn't matter. We need to talk. Please call me back. It's important. Her voice cracked on that last word. Sarah looked at me. You okay? Yeah. You going to call her? No. You sure? She said it was important. If it was actually important, someone died, medical emergency, she would have said that. This is just her trying to guilt me into responding. I deleted the voicemail. But it bothered me more than I wanted to admit. After Sarah left, I sat in my office staring at my phone. 18 months. That's how long it had been since the wedding. 18 months of silence from them. No attempts to apologize. No acknowledgement of what they'd done. Until now. Why now? I pulled up Instagram on my laptop. Still had Claire's profile bookmarked even though I'd blocked her on my phone. Could view it logged out. Her most recent post was from 2 days ago. Her and Derek at some charity gala. Designer dress. Professional photos. Caption about giving back to the community. Nothing unusual. Same performative lifestyle content she always posted. I scrolled back. Weeks of similar posts. Brunches. Gym selfies. Engagement ring close-ups. Wedding planning updates. Then I saw it. Posted 4 days ago. A photo of a billboard. One of mine. Not the one with Bennett Creative's name on it. But a different campaign we'd done. Larger client. Tech company. Their logo, their message, and in small print at the bottom. Bennett Creative. Claire had posted it to her story. Screenshot saved by one of those story saver accounts. The text overlay. Wait, is this my brother's company? Eyes. Then another story. Just Googled Bennett Creative. What? Then another. Mom, did you know about this? I sat back in my chair. So that's what happened. Claire had seen one of our billboards. Googled the company. Found my name. Panicked. And now Mom was calling asking to talk. Not to apologize. Not to acknowledge missing my wedding. To ask about my success. I closed the laptop. Went back to work. 2 days later, another voicemail. This time, from a number I recognized, my Aunt Lisa. Mom's sister. We'd been close when I was younger. Ethan, it's Aunt Lisa. Your mom gave me your new number. I know things are complicated with your family right now, but she's really upset. Says she's been trying to reach you. Can you just call her? Please? For me? I saved that one. Didn't delete it. Lisa had always been kind. Hadn't chosen sides when I'd cut contact. But I still didn't call back. That weekend, Sarah and I were having breakfast when she brought it up. Your mom's still trying to reach you. Yeah. Got my aunt involved now. What do you think she wants? To ask about the business. Claire saw one of our billboards. They know I'm successful now. And before they knew that? 18 months of silence. Sarah nodded. So what are you going to do? Nothing. Same as before. You don't want to hear what she has to say? Even just to get closure? I thought about it. The old me would have jumped at the chance. Would have hoped this was the moment they finally apologized. Finally acknowledged what they'd done. But I wasn't that person anymore. I already have closure, I said. I don't need them to give it to me. Monday morning, I arrived at the office to find my assistant, Jenny, looking nervous. What's wrong? Someone came by earlier. Said she was your sister. I told her you weren't in yet. She said she'd wait. My stomach dropped. Is she still here? No. She left about 20 minutes ago. But she left this. Jenny handed me an envelope. Cream-colored. Expensive paper. I opened it in my office. Door closed. Inside, a card. Embossed. Formal. You are cordially invited to the wedding of Claire Bennett and Derek Morrison. June 18th. Garden ceremony and reception to follow. I stared at it. Flipped it over. Nothing else. No note. No apology. Just an invitation. To her wedding. After she'd missed mine. I should have been angry. Should have felt something. Instead, I just felt tired. I pulled out my phone. Composed a text to the last number Mom had called from. Received Claire's wedding invitation. I won't be attending. Please don't contact me again. Hit send before I could overthink it. Then I tossed the invitation in the trash and went back to work. My phone exploded within an hour. Text from Mom. Ethan, please. We need to talk about this face to face. Text from Dad. You're being childish. It's your sister's wedding. Text from Claire. Are you serious right now? It's my wedding. Text from Aunt Lisa. Honey, I think everyone needs to sit down and talk. This has gone on too long. I blocked the first 3 numbers. Responded to Lisa. I appreciate you trying to help. But there's nothing to talk about. They made their choice 18 months ago. I've made mine now. She responded immediately. What happened 18 months ago? I sent her a photo. One Sarah had taken at our wedding. The reception. Table 3 in the background. 4 empty chairs. Name cards visible. Then another photo. Screenshot of Claire's Instagram from that day. The yacht. The champagne. The timestamp. They chose a yacht over my wedding. I'm choosing myself over hers. Lisa didn't respond for 3 hours. When she did, I had no idea. I'm so sorry, Ethan. Not your fault. For what it's worth, you're right. They should have been there. Thanks. Are you happy? In your life now? I looked around my office. Photos of our team on the wall. Mock-ups of campaigns we were proud of. Schedule full of projects that mattered. Yeah. Really happy. Then that's all that matters. Love you, kid. Love you too. The wedding invitation sat in my office trash can for 2 days. Then Jenny asked if she should empty it. Yeah. Toss it. You sure? It's pretty fancy. Positive. That night, Sarah asked if I was okay. I'm fine. Why? Claire's wedding invitation? That had to bring stuff up. It did. For about 5 minutes. Then I threw it away and went back to work. No part of you wants to go. To prove something? I thought about it. A year ago? Maybe. But now? I don't need to prove anything. They can see my billboards around the city. That's proof enough. You've really moved on. I had to. They weren't going to change. So I did. June 18th arrived. Claire's wedding day. I didn't think about it until Sarah mentioned it at breakfast. That's today, right? Your sister's wedding? Yeah. How do you feel? Fine. We have a client presentation at 2. That's what I'm thinking about. And I was. The presentation went well. The client loved our concepts. Signed for a 6-month contract. That evening, Sarah and I went to dinner. Nice restaurant. Celebrating the new contract. My phone buzzed during dessert. Unknown number. I ignored it. Buzzed again. Different unknown number. Then a text from Aunt Lisa. Your mom's trying to reach you. The wedding happened. She's very upset you weren't there. I showed Sarah. You going to respond? Nope. Not even to Lisa? Especially not to Lisa. Because if I respond to her, she'll tell my mom, and then my mom will use her as a messenger. I'm not doing that. I turned my phone off. Finished my dessert. Enjoyed my evening. Because I'd learned something important. Other people's disappointment wasn't my problem anymore. 2 weeks later, Bennett Creative landed our biggest client yet. National brand. Multi-city campaign. Billboard, digital, print. Everything. Contract worth $340,000. I called an all-hands meeting. Told the team. They cheered. Someone popped a champagne. That night, I updated our website. Added the new client to our portfolio. Posted a subtle announcement on LinkedIn. Excited to announce our partnership with client name. Looking forward to bringing their vision to life across multiple markets. Professional. Clean. No bragging. The post got traction. Industry people commented. Competitors liked it. Former colleagues from my old job reached out to congratulate me. And buried in the comments, I saw a name I recognized. Derek. Claire's husband. Congrats, man. Impressive work. I stared at that comment for a long time. Then I deleted it. Blocked him on LinkedIn. Because I didn't need their congratulations. Didn't need their acknowledgement. I had something better. I had a company I'd built from nothing. A team that believed in the work. A wife who'd stood by me when my family wouldn't. And 8 billboards across the city with my name on them. That was enough. More than enough. September hit like a wave of momentum. The national campaign was launched. Our billboards went up in 6 cities. Los Angeles, Seattle, Denver, Austin, Chicago, Phoenix. Each one featured our client's branding, and in the bottom corner, smaller but impossible to miss, Bennett Creative. Our website traffic tripled overnight. LinkedIn follower count jumped by 2,000. Email inquiries flooded in. I hired 3 more people. Then 2 more. Moved into an even bigger office space. 2 floors, glass walls, actual conference rooms with names instead of numbers. Sarah would walk through sometimes and just shake her head. What? I'd ask. 2 years ago, you were working at a desk in our bedroom. Now you have an entire floor. 2 floors. Show off. But she was smiling. Proud. October brought something unexpected. A profile request from a business magazine. Regional publication, decent circulation. 30 under 30 success stories. Local entrepreneurs making waves. The journalist wanted to interview me. Background journey, what made Bennett Creative different? I almost said no. Didn't need the attention. Didn't want to invite scrutiny. But Sarah convinced me. You've worked hard. Let people see it. The interview happened at our office. The journalist, Amanda, was mid-30s. Sharp. Asked good questions. So you started Bennett Creative 2 years ago? About that. Yeah. What was the catalyst? Most people don't leave stable jobs to start agencies. I paused. Thought about how to answer without getting into family drama. I wanted to build something that mattered. On my own terms. Were you always entrepreneurial? Not really. I was always creative. But starting a business? That took reaching a point where staying still felt worse than taking the risk. She scribbled notes. And your family? Were they supportive? There it was. The question I'd been dreading. My wife was. Is. That's what mattered. What about parents? Siblings? We're not close. Amanda looked up. Something in my tone made her pause. Can I ask why? You can ask. I won't answer. She smiled. Fair enough. Off the record? Still no. The article was published 3 weeks later. Full page. Photo of me in the office, team blurred in the background. Professional. Flattering. The headline. How Ethan Bennett built a 6-figure agency in 2 years. It detailed our growth. Client list. Revenue projections. Industry reputation. And one line near the end. When asked about family support, Bennett simply stated, my wife was there. That's what mattered. A reminder that chosen family often builds stronger foundations than blood. I read that line 5 times. The journalist had read between the lines. Given me credit without making me explain. The article went semi-viral. Shared across LinkedIn. Industry groups. Marketing forums. And that's when my phone started ringing again. First call came from a number I didn't recognize, but the area code I did. My hometown. Voicemail. Ethan, it's your father. We saw the article. Very impressive. We'd like to take you to dinner. Discuss things. Call me back. Discuss things. Not apologize. Not, we were wrong. Discuss things. I deleted it. Second call 2 days later. Different number. My mom. Sweetie, we're so proud of you. The article was wonderful. Everyone's talking about it. Can we please just meet for coffee? Just talk? Everyone's talking about it. That's what she led with. Not how I'd felt. Not what they'd missed. But what other people were saying. Deleted. The third call came from someone I actually considered answering. And Lisa. Ethan, I know you said not to be a messenger. But your parents are really struggling with this. They're proud of you. They want to be part of your life. Can you just give them one chance? I did call Lisa back. She deserved that. Hey. Ethan! Thank you for calling. Did you get my message? I did. And I appreciate you trying to help. But no. Can I ask why? They seem genuinely sorry. They seem genuinely interested now that I'm successful. Where was that interest 2 years ago? Silence. At my wedding? I continued. When 4 chairs sat empty because they were on a yacht celebrating Claire? Where was the interest then? That was wrong. They know it was wrong. Do they? Because I've gotten 3 calls in the last week. Not one mentioned the wedding. Not one said we're sorry we weren't there. Just we saw the article and we're proud. Lisa sighed. You're right. I know I'm right. That's why I'm done waiting for them to figure it out. What if they did apologize? Really apologized? Then I'd say I already moved on. I don't need their apology to be happy. We talked for another 10 minutes. She didn't push. Just listened. Before hanging up, she said something that stuck with me. I'm proud of you. Not because of the business. Because you chose yourself. That's hard to do. Thanks, Lisa. Stay happy, kid. November brought Thanksgiving. Sarah's family invited us. Big dinner. Her parents, siblings, and cousins. Warm. Loud. Chaotic in the best way. Her mom hugged me when we arrived. How's our favorite entrepreneur? Busy. Good busy. We saw the article. Framed it. It's on the fridge. I looked at Sarah. She shrugged, smiling. They're proud of you. Let them be. During dinner, Sarah's dad asked about expansion plans. Her brother wanted to know about marketing strategies. Her sister asked if we were hiring interns. Real questions. Real interest. Not performative. After dinner, helping with dishes, Sarah's mom asked quietly. Your family reach out after the article? They tried. You talked to them? No. She nodded. Good for you. Sometimes the healthiest thing is distance. You think I'm being too harsh? I think you're being honest. There's a difference. December arrived with snow and year-end chaos. Closing contracts. Planning for next year. Staff holiday party. Revenue projections that made me dizzy. Bennett Creative's second year was ending at $1. $2 million in revenue. We'd gone from just me to 12 employees. From a bedroom office to 2 floors downtown. I scheduled an all-hands meeting. Told the team the numbers. They applauded. None of this happens without you, I said. Every person in this room made this possible. Thank you. After the meeting, my lead designer pulled me aside. Marcus. Talented. Quiet. Been with me since month 3. Can I ask you something personal? Sure. That article mentioned family stuff. And I've noticed, 2 years, no family at company events. None of your emergency contacts are relatives. I waited. I guess I'm asking, are you okay? With all of this success and nobody to share it with. I have people to share it with. My wife. This team. Friends who've been here since the beginning. But not your parents. No. Not them. Do you regret that? I thought about it. Really thought. No. I regret that they weren't who I needed them to be. But I don't regret choosing myself. Marcus nodded. That's healthy, man. Good for you. That night, Sarah and I were decorating our apartment for Christmas. Small tree. Lights. Stockings with our names and pixels. You've been quiet, she said. Marcus asked about my family today. What did you tell him? The truth. That I chose myself. How'd it feel saying it out loud? Good. Final. She hung another ornament. You think they'll try again? Christmas coming up? Probably. But it won't matter. Because? Because I've built something they can't touch, can't diminish, can't take credit for. My phone buzzed. Email notification. From Claire. Bennett at email. Subject, please read this. I almost deleted it. But curiosity won. Ethan. I know you won't respond. I know you've blocked us everywhere. But I need to say this. I'm sorry. Really, truly sorry. About your wedding. About the yacht. About all of it. Mom and Dad keep saying he'll come around, but I don't think you will. And honestly, I don't blame you. We treated you like you didn't matter. Like your day was less important than mine. And that was wrong. I can't take it back. Can't undo it. But I can tell you that I see it now. How messed up it was. How messed up we were. You built something incredible. Without us. Despite us. And I'm genuinely happy for you. I don't expect forgiveness. Don't expect a response. Just wanted you to know that I finally understand why you're gone. Claire. I read it twice. Showed Sarah. That's different, she said. Yeah. You going to respond? I thought about it. The old me would have jumped at this. Would have seen it as the opening I'd been waiting for. But I wasn't waiting anymore. No. Why not? Because it doesn't change anything. She's sorry. Great. But I'm not doing this for an apology. I'm doing this because I'm happier without them. I archived the email. Didn't delete it. Just filed it away under closure. Because that's what it was. Not an invitation back. Just confirmation that I'd made the right choice. Christmas came quietly. Sarah and I exchanged gifts. Spent the day with her family. Came home to our apartment that felt full despite being just us. My phone stayed silent. No calls. No texts. No attempts. They'd finally stopped trying. And instead of feeling sad, I felt relieved. Because I'd learned the hardest lesson: you can't make people love you the way you need. You can only decide who gets access to the life you've built. I'd decided. And I'd built something beautiful. March brought something I hadn't planned for. A call from the city's largest billboard company. Mr. Bennett, we have a unique opportunity. Our premium downtown location, the one at 5th and Main? Advertiser pulled out last minute. 12-week slot available. Interested? 5th and Main. The most visible intersection in the city. 40-foot digital billboard. Impossible to miss during rush hour. What's the rate? He quoted a number that made me wince. Let me think about it. I hung up and stared at my computer. That location wasn't just visible. It was legendary. Every major brand wanted it. Waiting list was usually 18 months. Sarah walked into my office. You look stressed. Billboard opportunity. Prime location. Very expensive. How expensive? I told her. She whistled. That's a lot. Yeah. But it's 5th and Main. Everyone sees that corner. Twice a day. Every day. So do it. It's a lot of money for brand awareness. She sat down. Ethan. You've spent 2 years building this company. Proving yourself. When are you going to stop playing it safe? She was right. I called them back. We'll take it. 2 weeks later, our creative team presented concepts. Bold designs. Clean messaging. 5 options, each one better than the last. I picked the boldest. Black background. White text. Simple. Powerful. Bennett Creative. Where vision meets reality. Downtown location opening May 1st. And in smaller text at the bottom. Ethan Bennett, founder and CEO. My name. 40 feet tall. At the busiest intersection in the city. The billboard went live on a Monday morning. I drove past it on my way to work. Pulled over 3 blocks away just to see it from a distance. There it was. Massive. Unavoidable. Mine. I took a photo. Sent it to Sarah. We did it. She replied immediately. No. You did it. I'm so proud of you. The response was immediate. Phone started ringing before I even got to the office. Email inquiries doubled. LinkedIn connection requests from people I'd never heard of. And then, 3 days later, the call I'd been half expecting, half dreading. Unknown number. I answered. Ethan Bennett. Ethan. It's your mother. I should have hung up. Should have blocked the number immediately. But something made me stay on the line. What do you want? I saw your billboard. The one downtown. Silence. It's very impressive, she continued. Your father and I were driving to dinner and there it was. Your name. So big. We had no idea you were doing so well. That's because you never asked? We tried to reach out. Multiple times. You wouldn't talk to us. You reached out after you saw the magazine article. After you realized I was successful. Not before. That's not fair. What's not fair? I said, voice level. Is missing your son's wedding for a yacht party. What's not fair is 18 months of silence until success makes me worth noticing. We made a mistake. With the wedding. We know that. Do you? Because I've gotten calls, voicemails, and messages. Not one of them said we're sorry we missed your wedding. They all said we're proud of your success. She was quiet. You know what that tells me, Mom? That you're not sorry you hurt me. You're sorry you missed out on being associated with my success. That's not true. Then why didn't you call 2 years ago? When I left the family chat? When I blocked everyone? When I disappeared completely? You had 18 months to reach out with a real apology. You waited until I had a billboard. We didn't know how to fix it. You didn't try to fix it. You waited for me to come back on my own. And when I didn't, you just moved on. Until I became successful enough to make you look bad for not being in my life. Her voice cracked. We miss you. You missed the version of me that was convenient. The one who showed up to things and didn't complain about being an afterthought. That person doesn't exist anymore. Can we at least meet? Talk in person? Why? Because we're family. No, I said quietly. You're people I'm related to. Family shows up. Family celebrates you before you're successful. Family doesn't need a 40-foot billboard to remember you exist. So that's it. You're just done with us. I've been done with you. For 2 years. You're just now noticing because I made it impossible to ignore. I hung up. Sat in my parked car. Hands shaking slightly. Not from anger. From relief. I'd finally said everything I'd been holding in. And it felt like exhaling after holding my breath for years. That evening, Sarah found me on our apartment balcony. I was staring at the city skyline. Somewhere out there, my billboard was lighting up the intersection. Your mom called, didn't she? How'd you know? You have that look. Like you just finished a fight you've been avoiding. I told her everything. The conversation. What I'd said. How it ended. How do you feel? Free. Finally free. She hugged me from behind. Good. You deserve that. They'll probably try again. Probably. But now they know where you stand. April passed in a blur. The downtown office space opened. Glass doors. Modern furniture. Conference room with a view. Our name is on the building directory. We threw an opening party. Clients. Partners. Team. Sarah's family came. My Aunt Lisa came. Not my parents. Not Claire. I hadn't invited them. During the speeches, I thanked everyone who'd been there. This company exists because people believed in it when it was just an idea in a notebook. Thank you for seeing what it could become. Later, Lisa pulled me aside. Your mom's devastated. I know. She really does regret the wedding. I'm sure she does. But regret doesn't undo what happened. Doesn't erase 18 months of not caring enough to apologize. Lisa nodded. You're right. I just wanted you to know she's hurting. I hurt for 2 years, Lisa. Alone. While they celebrated Claire's engagement, her wedding, her life. They can handle a few months of discomfort. Fair enough. For what it's worth, I'm proud of you. What you've built. Who you've become. Thanks. That actually means something. May brought our biggest month yet. Revenue hit $180,000. New clients. New campaigns. industry recognition, and a letter. Actual handwritten letter. Delivered to the office. From my father. I almost threw it away. But something made me open it. Ethan. I'm not good at apologies. Never have been. But I need to say this. We were wrong. About your wedding. About Claire's engagement. About everything. Your mother and I convinced ourselves we were doing the right thing. That family obligations meant supporting Claire's big moment. We told ourselves you'd understand. That you were always the easy one. The one who didn't need attention. We were wrong. You needed us there. You needed us to choose you. We didn't. And I will regret that for the rest of my life. I see your billboard every day. Drive past it on purpose. Because it reminds me of what you built without us. What you became despite us. I'm proud of you. But more than that, I'm sorry. Truly, deeply sorry. I don't expect forgiveness. Don't expect you to let us back in. Just wanted you to know that we finally understand what we lost. Dad. I read it 3 times. Showed Sarah. That's real. She said. Yeah. What are you going to do? I folded the letter. Put it in my desk drawer. Nothing. Not right now. Ever? Maybe. Someday. When I'm ready. If I'm ready. That's fair. Because here's what I'd learned: forgiveness isn't required for peace. You don't owe anyone access to your life just because they finally apologize. My billboard stayed up for 12 weeks. Then came down. But the impact lasted. Bennett Creative became a recognized name. We expanded to 15 employees. Opened conversations about a second office location. And through it all, my family stayed at a distance. Respectful. Quiet. Finally understanding that some doors, once closed, don't reopen just because someone finally knocks. 2 years after my wedding, Sarah and I celebrated our anniversary. Small dinner. Just us. Looking back at photos from that day. 4 empty chairs are still visible in some shots. But they didn't hurt anymore. They were just proof of a choice I'd made. To build a life with people who showed up. Any regrets? Sarah asked. About cutting them off? Yeah. I thought about it. Really thought. No. I regret that it had to happen. But I don't regret choosing myself. My phone buzzed. Email notification. New client inquiry. Referred by someone who'd seen the billboard. I smiled. Put the phone away. Focused on my wife. My life. My peace. Because that billboard had done more than advertise my business. It had announced, in 40-foot letters, that I'd built something undeniable. Without them. Despite them. Beyond them. And I'd never been prouder.